What makes our research really interesting is we incorporate other types of sensors, such as EEG equipment, which can measure cognitive and affective reactions that users have and integrate that with visual attention that you gather from an eye tracker. So we have the ability to combine sensors in a way that other research labs are not able to do. We help people in the development of a piece of software, for instance, and we gather information about how a user interacts with their space through the eye tracker, through the EEG, and then we help them optimize the experience so that we can make sure that users aren't frustrated with what they're dealing with, the learning environment. We can help them figure out what are the most engaging aspects of the software that they're dealing with, and then we can give that feedback to the developers so that they can incorporate more of that experience into their software, their learning environment, whatever they've created. So we have a couple of things that make us very unique. We have EEG equipment. We use Advanced Brain Monitoring's X10 headset. That is a piece of equipment that's considered hospital grade, very good, high quality EEG equipment. We have everything from that down to more of a consumer grade headset, something that could be used by a company if they wanted to have one of their users wear the piece of equipment while playing their video game, for instance, which is a product called Emotive, which has a low retail price, easy for people to use. So that's one piece of equipment that measures EEG activity. We also have sensors like the eye tracking equipment that we have that's from Tobii that allows us to monitor visual attention. So we can combine cognitive activity with visual attention. We also have sensors that monitor arousal through skin conductance so that we can take a look at that. We have equipment that allow us to actually monitor somebody's visual interaction from a TV screen, so we can look and see how people are interacting with websites, videos. We can also do it with mobile devices. We have a mobile stand that enables us to see how somebody might interact with a phone, an iPad, and gather information about how they interact with that, and give, again, somebody in industry some awareness of how their users are experiencing their product. We also have a software that essentially syncs all of the sensors together. And then we work with industrial engineering students and faculty here at the university that help us analyze the data that comes out of the sensors. We can do it out in the field. We have the ability to allow people to go and drive an automobile, and we can monitor their activity, their visual attention, their cognitive and affective activities as they're engaged in any sort of task.
Christian's wearing ABM 10 headset, and these electrodes here are capturing his brain activity. It's actually sampling at 256 times per second. And we also have a infrared camera that is capturing his eyes where they're going on the iPad here, and his facial expression as he's looking at...
With a different camera?
Yes. We also have the GSR, which is a galvanic skin response, and this is capturing his skin conductance as he's doing his activity. So it tells us his heart rate and also his sweat. This is a scene camera that is capturing the background of the iPad here. As he's working in the iPad, it can show us the general picture so that we can see where his eyes are going from the eye tracker that's down below. Hallie is actually working in the software, and this is actually integrating all these sensors together. This camera right here is capturing his facial expression, and we can see that right here. Right now, it looks just like a picture of his face, but actually this is being converted into data that is telling us his emotion at this moment. And so whether
happy, tired, sad, or...
Is he engaged in what he's doing? Is he interested? Is he focused? It can give us all of that kind of information. This is the scene camera, and we can look at that close up. And this will actually provide the background when we start our study to show what he's actually looking at. You'll see the eye tracking going on top of this after we get the study going. And then finally, we have our data visualization here. It is tracking all these different sensors that we have in real time. You can see the yellow line there is showing where Christian's eyes are going, what he's fixating on. And so if somebody was, for instance, coming to us and they wanted to find out a user experience with a website. We could be telling them, where is this person looking first? What are they fixating on? What are they interested in? And this would allow them to compare it maybe with an older website that they had, and they could prove that the new website was better.
So Jim, we're gonna try our second demo.
Right.
And that you're talking about, it's maybe easier for users to use.
Right. Well, and it also shows that we don't have to do all of our studies within a lab. We can actually go outside, we can go around in a building, we can capture user experience in any kind of environment that you can imagine. These are Tobii glasses, and they are very new. They've been released in about the last 6 months. And what they can do is allow you to capture user experience in any kind of environment. The glasses feature a scene camera that is actually a tiny camera right in the front that will actually capture the background of what you're looking at. And then on the inside, the glasses have many sensors that are actually tracking where your eyes are going. And so that's going to show up in our computer as like a little orange circle that will track where you're looking at in the background. This is actually the processor for the glasses. It contains the battery, also the electronics, and it captures the recording of what you're looking at. So Tufik, as you're walking, I can actually see what you're looking at. You're looking at the couches and the books, the magazines on the table. You're reading the title there.
I'm trying to trick you. I don't know if it works.
We can also actually combine these glasses with the EEG as well. So our EEG is completely mobile, and so we can actually capture your brain activity also while you're looking at different objects. And so we can know essentially what you're thinking about.
Okay, so...
Actually. And you can see that you're looking around.
Different directions. I did it on purpose, in fact.
So all these different things that you're focusing on, we're capturing
like
that
the
right
exit,
now.
I was asking you there.
Looking over at the magazines and the bookshelf.
Here, I was trying to trick it because I was looking around and it shows that I'm looking left and right, not on the magazine.
Exactly.
Without turning my head.
And there is when you're looking at something, you have one point of focus.
Right.
So that's what it's showing.
I was exactly looking at the publisher. It works well.
Right. So this is one of our other great capabilities is while we can capture things in a lab setting with people who are sitting across from each other, we can also take the user experience and capture it in a totally different kind of environment.